Hello. Hello, is anybody there? Welcome to my world. It is Sundays. It is Ding the Bell Day, and you are now entering Sunday. It is the day that we put the problem on the table, and trust me, today we do not have a problem. I have to get used to talking into this camera. This is a very important day. I have been yesterday getting ready, which is Saturdays, and today I have survived a Tesla drive with my girlfriend. And tonight I'm trying on my vintage swimsuits. I am heading to Staples. A 1907 all-original opera house is what we have, and I'm staying at the Timberlake Hotel. Please come on in. Welcome to my world. My name is Colleen Liz Frost, and I am here to excite you about a daycation. For those of you that do not know what that is, I did not either. This is my first time out in about 3 years, because I was there about 3 years ago. So it's just that today I get to go for the longest time away from my dad. I'm a caretaker. And he's 93, and I'm just so excited about it. It'll be a full 8 hours. So come on in. Welcome to my world. I'm Colleen Liz Frost, and I am in development. And today we're going to be talking about the cabbage rose. It is probably one of my favorite subjects, the rose centifolia, the cabbage rose, also known as the Provence rose. The cabbage rose holds Dutch origins, first grown in the 17th century. These shrubbery round roses are most often found in shades of pink. Also white to dark red, purple cabbage roses are also less commonly found. The name means 100-petal rose, and this variety is marked by the distinctive, diverse, and complex arrangements of petals found in each bloom, large or small. Layers of love, the cabbage rose. The cabbage rose has followed me everywhere, my whole life. I will always travel with this rose. Today, I will inspire you to bring this rose with you. Layers of love. This is going to be something good, I promise. And thank you for stopping here. Stay just a bit. The internet's a busy place. I want the 7 days to be your traveler's rest. Here is where we ponder our 7 days of balance in hopes to help you celebrate history and create more. So welcome to my world. Come on in. Today I'm your coach, your head coach, and I am on a mission. Today, I want to tell you a little bit about this old time used to be and still is and always will be friend of mine, Janet. I met her years ago. Her mother and my mother were very dear friends since childhood, early childhood, and they were neighbors. For me, it's not easy to have me as a friend. And some of us have been broken. I've had divorce 20 years ago. I've had an unending cancer gig. And time with all these things to sit and rest upon my soul. So when you walk into these type of friends, this is not an easy task for you all to take on. But when a friend hangs with you year after year after year, layers of pain that's been there and still there, it never goes away. Some of these broken things. But only if you have the secret of a solid rock in your life who don't amplify the drama, but cover this pain with layers of love. This is what my family has done best. My son knew it well, but there are diamonds in my life that know me well. They call for no reason and offer up surprises of love, shaped in my mind like the cabbage rose. I've learned to say yes more and to see it as a new layer of love. Over time, these layers bloom, and the road that used to haunt me, and the smells that would overcome me, and the old feelings that used to rush up over me are surrounded by a garden of cabbage roses. This is what I call my Love More series. When you have a Sunday, yes, we all have problems, but there is nothing sometimes more to say. And my mother would always tell me, she says, honey girl, on those days, you just have to keep putting layers and layers and layers until all you smell is roses. And that's why she always would say, I love you more, because she knew that there are some days that as a daughter, she would just have to love me more, that there were no answers. Layers and layers of petals are filled with your time and fun and friendship, new ways to see that road, feel the aisle of the grocery store, new sounds to hear as you laugh in my ear, layers, friendships filled with history. Today is now a memory. In this memory that's taken over, pain is a soft, almost like a rain, a soft rain of tears of joy that there is no better answer than a friend. A friend who brings a cabbage rose, a rose for no reason, except to add a layer of time. Today, I want to thank my Janet because she brought me to Nancy's. But I'm here to tell you, she didn't just bring me normally to Nancy's. Let's start from the beginning, shall we? She picked me up in a car that had a flat door, and she says, can you open the door handle? And I said, there isn't one. She said, just brush your hand over it like I was doing a crystal ball, and out it pops. That should have been my first sign to run. So we get in the car, and it sounds like nothing. I said, we're moving. And it was a Tesla self-driving car. There was a screen on the dash. It was 14 feet long. It went on forever. There was no roof on the car. It was an infinity thing that had the sky falling into my lap. Shall I go on? She's not touching the steering wheel as we are backing out of the car, out of the driveway, past my sister's Mercedes. Thank you, Carmen. And we do back up, and out we go. And I'm here to tell you, she never touched the steering wheel again. And she's reaching behind her, rooting around the back seat. And I'm looking at the car like, what's going on? And now, shall we say, when we entered the freeway, she says, we made a turn to an open side road. And she says, should we do like old times? And I'm like trying to remember old times. What was this, going to the gym in downtown New York Mills, population 700? Oh no, I had forgotten Fergus Falls, 45 miles from our home. I wish I would have remembered the Mustang. What does she do? I don't hear it because there is no motor. This whole car is like a giant battery. What did I know? I haven't watched the news for 4 years. All I'm telling you is that car went from 0 to 90 in less than a second. It was like, and there I was. I thought we were flying, which I like to fly. I was in a biplane and I loved it, but we were heading for the trees. So needless to say, we went 90 miles an hour instantly. Now I was parched. I'm parched now telling you about it. Hold on. We did make it to her mother's house. But I tell you what, she reached behind her. Keep in mind, she's not touching the steering wheel this whole time. She reached behind. I thought she was going to get in the back seat and take a nap. She reaches behind her and grabs me some lemon water with some bubbles in it. And I love bubbles. So I did try it. It was fantastic. And I could breathe again. I thought I was going to have to exhale. I could not catch my breath. We got to Nancy's and there was 2 dogs. They were 14 feet tall. And they had heads that were 3 feet wide. And she says, "Oh, let's go pet the dogs." And I looked at her like, "Are you crazy? If I get one injury, I cannot be a caretaker for my dad." So I bolted to the door, walk in, and there's a Siamese cat that's about 6 feet big. And it's looking at me like, for lunch. I see the hallway. I know Nancy's on the right because she's always right. I high jumped over the couch, past the piano, and darn near fell in the fish tank. And those fish were 3 feet long and they had fangs. That was the last of it, people. That was the last of it. I fell into Nancy's lap when I saw her. This was my mother's very dearest friend. I fell into her lap and I thanked God that I made it. And you know something? It was absolutely meant to be, because when I saw her, it was almost like seeing my mother. And it was a beautiful moment. And I had just forgotten the jungle she took me through and the Jetson mobile that she had me on. And I fell into the arms of a mother, my very closest mother's friend. I had spent years with her because Janet, see, she left me 35 years ago, married some awesome man in Minneapolis, has a wonderful family, but she has been gone. And I wanted to tell Nancy all about this, but I couldn't, because I just saw her loving arms and her hands are just like mother's. And she felt so sad for me because she knows my mother. And after we melted and cried, and then it was just went on from there. So today, people, I'm telling you the layers of love that woman, Janet, and let's just call it what it is, she's awesome. She gave me the thrill of my life, and I think her husband, Al, had something to do with this trip. I think he set it up to give me this thrill ride to shock me back into the world. Well, it did, and Nancy and I had the best of time. And Janet, being oblivious like she has been most of her life to other people's anxieties, because she just said, "Here's the ball, shoot." You know, she was my basketball best friend. And I caught all of her rebounds, but she did score the most points ever in Minnesota. So she had very few. But I would still eat her sweat socks because I just love her. But today, she just absolutely made my day. And then we had to leave. And she's playing the piano like she just knows what's coming next. And Nancy clung to me and she wished me to hurry back. And of course I will. And that was my experience leaving COVID, which I've been in COVID for quite some time, as you all I'm sure have. So that is what I call layers of love. Layers of love. You know, I want to thank Janet and I want to thank Nancy for absolutely making today a Love More day. You know, when Chris found me that 1907 All Original Opera House, I was very sick the day we bought it. And I had to lay on the floor and look up. And I had only seen it just that day for the first time that we bought it. And I looked over to the corner of that ceiling. It's all original. Wait till you see it. And in the corner is a great big bouquet of cabbage roses. So you see, the cabbage rose has followed me everywhere. And it reminds me that no matter how many challenges or bad choices or divorces or cancers or opportunities that we have lost or that we could not take or say yes to, that it's okay because we have friends that will take us down those same roads, only add layers of love to them. And we will build back and we will find our wins again. And that's what my Janet did for me today. Before my mother passed away, I looked her square in the eye and I said, Mother, this is it. The doctor gave you 1 year to live and it's game on. And I want you to go down every road, east, west, north, and south, as far as we can go. And I want you to layer as many memories as you can with me. And we did. I took her for the next 4 years. I took her in every store I could. I walked every aisle. So I have made a real effort to add layers to the pain that I walked. So I feel healed because I took my time and I took my balance from my parents in the 7 days. So for those of you who have Sunday problems and you put them on the table and there are no answers, I hope you have a rock like I have in Janet and Nancy. And I hope you say yes to that Tesla, because I'm probably going to talk about it the rest of my life. And when I see her husband, Al, who I think set this whole thing up, I'm going to thank him. And I'm ready for my vacation. It's a daycation, and I'm going to go rest. And those pink cabbage roses will be dancing in my head. I thank my son especially because I have 21 years of taking him all over to heal the pains of divorce and to walk with me. And every time I had a bad day with my cancer, it was him that smiled back at me. So these little people and these friends and these rocks, I'm going to record them in my digital home. They're my diamonds. So thank you for your time. I want you to find your rocks, grab a ball, and build a team. Look for a feather, hope is all around. So jump, bounce, and fly with me on purpose. I teach it, preach it, and repeat it with a balance. Like, share, and remember that Sundays are for Ding the Bell. And the Sundays are for those who dare. Be avant-garde, be rare, and remember me. Sincerely, your coach, Colleen.